What's up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia, and today is another episode of Tester Tuesday, which is a way for me to review scents with you guys each week, let you know how things do for me in my home, in the hopes that might help you. I get to use up my stash, and it's fun because you guys help me decide what I'm going to warm by voting at the end of the video. So last week we had 377 votes, and in first place we have this green colored wax. With 38% of the vote, we have Disney Season of Magic. And in second place, fairly close behind, with 34% of the vote, we have this, almost like this dark browny beige colored wax, and it is Oats Honey, a Bring Back My Bar returnee in January. So let's talk about our first place scent for the week. It is Disney Season of Magic. On cold sniff, this is about a medium, and it's an LTO scent, which means it's only available for a limited time. Once it's gone, it's gone. We may see them bring it back at some point, but we can't be sure. I would put this in the woods category, or maybe a woods with a minor in fresh. So Scentsy says, sugar crystals and frosty icicles twinkle and shine over sweet pine and wild berries, filling the air with magic. So this is a really interesting scent. To me, it has many layers. I can definitely smell pine. I can definitely smell the sweetness. I can almost smell like a little bit of a eucalyptus. And I think that's why they say frosty icicles, because it's kind of a little tiny bit of like a eucalyptus note in there. But there is a sweetness, and there's almost a little bit of a tangy berry. So this I think of in stages. I'm going to take you on a trip. We're going to pick out a wreath at a store, a little country craft store, maybe in somewhere in the Carolinas. This time of year, it's not super cold. It's probably still got a little bit of grass on the ground. So remember that. So we go to the front. All the wreaths are on the front of the store. So we pick out our wreath. It's beautiful. It's pine, and it's got some berries, and you can smell it, and you can smell all the wreaths. So you're going to go into the store because it's a Sunday and you want to see if there's anything else you want to pick up. So as soon as you go into the store, they have some artisanal soaps on the right. And that's kind of what I get after the pine and the eucalyptus kind of dies down a little bit when this is warming. You get a little bit of a body wash kind of note. And it's not really a masculine body wash. It's just a clean body wash. In fact, I feel like this is like a Christmas body wash scent at the beginning. Okay, so you pick up a body wash, you're going to pay for that too. But you go a little bit further back in the store, and there's a nice little bakery. Pretty, it's very tucked in the corner, and it has like the chalkboard menus with everything written in chalk. And you get maybe a dozen cookies, and they put them in a box and tie it with a twine. Now, this does not smell like cookies, but you go outside. In the back, there's picnic tables, and you enjoy your cookies with your family before going home for the day. And while you're in the back, out in the sunshine, you can smell greenery, but not Christmas greenery. Grass greenery, or ivy, or mistletoe, or something that's a little bit green, a tiny bit festive, but very natural. So when I was warming this, I was like, what is that smell? I don't even know what it is. Is it grass? I'm like, I don't know. But my mind kept reminding me of something in aloe vera and ivy. So not quite like that, but a little bit. As aloe vera and ivy dies down, that's kind of what I was getting towards the end. So at first you get a lot of pine, you get a bright, airy, a little bit, pine can be kind of astringent, so a little tiny bit, but there's a lot of sweetness because the store in general smells sweet. Then you get a little bit of soapy quality, but a clean, crisp soap, not like a bar soap, more like a body wash. And then you enjoy the nice surrounding greenery note, a basic greenery note, and it's kind of a sweet greenery. Very pretty and pleasant. So that's kind of what I get. Let's talk about performance. This is my full bar, but I have this bar is the one I use. So I put 2 cubes in my son Ryan's room. Strength and throw there was about 8 out of 10. I left it going 3 days. Now I have a note here on day 2, it was about 5 out of 10. So it was quite strong on the first day, and then day 2 and day 3, it was lighter. But I could still smell that pleasant greenery, aloe vera and ivy twinge of scent. And I also decided to put 3 cubes in Drew's room. He has 2 warmers there, so I usually put 1.5 cubes in each. Strength and Throw there was also about 8 out of 10. And for some reason, I didn't write exactly how many hours I had it going in either of these children's rooms. But I think I left it in Drew's room a little bit less time, between 2 and 3 days. And then I removed it. So again, I was pretty pleased with the performance of this. And I was pretty pleased with the fact that it changed as it goes. And would I say it reminds me of any particular scent? I don't know. Like, it kind of reminds me a little bit at the beginning of Mighty Pine, and then it reminds me of a clean scent, and then it reminds me of aloe vera and ivy at its lower intensity. So it's kind of one of those scents that changes as it goes. And obviously with the packaging and the color and the scent, it would be very applicable to warm if you had an artificial tree or you liked it in the month of December. For me, this was fairly long lasting. I did watch someone else's video. I think it was Robin, and she also said the thing about the green grass, and I'm like, yes. But she did not have good performance. So I think it might depend on your home. For me, it performed well. Not well enough for my open layout. I don't think I'd put this in my open layout because it would be okay on day one, and then I wouldn't be able to smell it at that lower intensity. But in a smaller room like my son Ryan's room and my son Drew's room, which is quite large, I had no problems with it. Now those are enclosed spaces. Would I repurchase this one? Keeping in mind it's 50 cents more per bar, and I have this much so far. I probably would pick up one more bar, or if I was making a 6-pack bundle and I needed something to fill it out, I would definitely not hesitate to put this one in. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really nice. And if you're on the fence, I would suggest picking it up and giving it a try. It's a nice pine scent. Scentsy's really into the pine scents, but it was really nice. So that's Disney's Season of Magic. Okay, so let's talk about our second place scent for the week. It is Oats and Honey. Now I actually have an empty, and I used up 2 cubes. So I actually used up 10 cubes of Oats and Honey. On Cold Sniff, this is about a medium intensity, and it's returning in January for the Bring Back My Bar. Now these bars I actually picked up in January of 2018. So these are almost 4 years old. In fact, they probably are, considering they're usually poured a little bit in advance. So the scent description for Oats and Honey, it says, a buttery mix of toasted oats and Tupelo honey, oven crisped with vanilla and maple. All right, I'm just going to try to be as basic as I can. This reminds me of a crisp oatmeal cookie, kind of like you got at the bakery. But instead of having all the sugar being white sugar, it's a lot of brown sugar, and they took a little bit of the brown sugar out and they put some honey in. And the honey, see, honeys in real life can be variable in their smell and taste because it depends on the flower and the bee that, you know, does all that stuff. Or the bird. I don't know. I don't know a lot about honey, but I do know it can smell and taste different. It can be different colorations and things like that. But this one, for you people that hate honey, this is really well done. It's not a gross, disgusting honey in my opinion. It's nice. Now let's go back. Buttery? Yes, it is buttery. If you're one of those people that can interpret buttered popcorn from certain scents, you may get this because this is an oat with a buttery characteristic. So it's a possibility. I find it works really well. I can definitely get a lot of toasted oats. Like I said, I could get the honey. Oven crisp, yes, because it's not a chewy cookie, it's a crispy cookie. Crisp, crunch. And sometimes when you toast oats, they actually smell nutty. And at the very end, you definitely could smell almost like a little pleasant nuttiness. Vanilla, I don't know if vanilla's in there. You can put vanilla in a lot of baked goods and they just make them taste good. Maple. I honestly was surprised there was maple in here because I didn't look up the scent notes until recently. And I was like, there's maple in here? I don't know if I can get it. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I can get it now that I know it's there, but during the warming, I wouldn't have said I thought there was maple in here. So if you're scared of the maple part, I would give this one a try. We're going to talk about performance. So I did have a little bit of a problem, but it worked itself out. So that's why I used up so many cubes. So the first thing I did was I took 2 cubes, put it here in my bedroom, 25 watt ceramic, Strength and Throw 8.5 out of 10, and I could smell it almost instantly. It was like strong out of the gate. I left going 8 hours. Then I couldn't really smell it. So I was like, ugh. That same day I had it warming in my open layout. So down there I used 5 cubes and Strength and Throw was 7 out of 10. And I left it going there about 12 hours. I could smell it better there. I could get whiffs there. So there's multiple warmers going and it kind of helped with the longevity. Now, I had a feeling, because I was warming it downstairs and then in here, like sometimes when you're walking from one zone, which would be out there, into another zone, which is in here, I couldn't smell I couldn't differentiate, and the area all smelled the same. So I thought I couldn't smell it. So I thought to myself, I'm gonna bust out my other bar. And I took the one cube I had left here, and I took these 2 cubes and I put it in my upstairs bonus room, which is kind of like a TV room above the garage. We just call it the bonus room because we have no idea what else to call it. It did very well here. I would say about 8.5 out of 10 in that bonus room, and I left going 2 days, 23 hours. Day 1 was a 16-hour day. It started off very strong. It was starting to lose steam probably closer to supper, but I could still smell it. Then today I left it going for another few hours, and I would say today it was about 4 out of 10. So I just wanted to give it another shot. This is one of those scents that is very much what I call a GBD scent, which is golden brown and delicious. If you are a bakery lover and you love things that are crispy and golden and delicious and that underlying bakery tone, then you are going to absolutely love this. This is good on its own, great as a mixer, and definitely open concept worthy. If you're someone that likes strong scents out of the gate, you're gonna love this because it lets its presence known. If you're someone that likes scents that are kind of more basic in nature, that are bakery scents, but still have that GBD, something like a stroopwafel or almond croissant or a cozy kitchen from the Hygge collection, then you're probably gonna wanna pick this one up. And just remember, you can find that you can go nose blind, although bakery scents sometimes don't last as long as some other scents. So yes, they may not last a full 2 days, but it's still worth the payoff because it's great. Will I be repurchasing Oats and Honey? Yes, I think I will, because I liked it enough that I would like to have some on hand. So when Bring Back My Bar comes, I will probably pick up a few more bars. So good on its own or good as a mixer, that's Oats and Honey. Nice and strong. Okay, so now we are moving to the portion of the video where I'm gonna draw for 6 cents. You guys are gonna vote for 2 cents by early Wednesday morning, please, down in the YouTube comment section. If you don't have a YouTube account and you can't vote, you should definitely set one up. That way you can subscribe. But if you can't, you can find me on Instagram as Patricia Gates and put your 2 votes there. And I don't have Facebook, unfortunately, I got hacked. So yes, it's just Instagram and YouTube for me. So I'm gonna draw some scents out of this box, and then we have another bar that we're gonna draw for the Bring Back My Bar contender. So scent number 1, there's not very many scents back here, so I gotta root around. This is a fairly big one. Gleeful Grape. Scent number 2, Ode to Opulence. Scent number 3, I gotta find scents here. A retired scent. All these are retired, but this is an old one. Dolce de Leche. That's kind of like a caramel type of scent. Scent number 4, Sharp Dressed Man. Scent number 5, oh, this is hard to read. It's all frosted. Can you see that? Amber Road. And scent number 6, I have 2 bars in here. So the other one will go next week, and then we'll add some of the ones that didn't make it from before. Scent number 6, Pink Wax Bubblegum. So that one's returning in January. So thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you have a great day in your neck of the woods. Don't forget to vote, and I will see you guys in the next video.